And we're going to move on to our sensory play next. Okay, so we're going to move the balls away. And we're going to move the balls away as well. This is going to fall in a second and make a lot of noise. Before that happens, I'm going to grab our next tray. I have everything handy here, quite organized for it. So for our sensory play, we're usually in a session, babies are well warmed up and they know that they're going to have lots of different things to explore. So people who help us, we've got the emergency services. By the way, just to come back quickly, with our muffin trays, people who help us. This is so naughty. I'm really sorry. This is so naughty. Our emergency tent accidentally pressed the button on my laptop in front of me. You were not supposed to know that it was even there. There you go. That should be fine. Apologies for that, so I'm sorry. We are going to explore the emergency tent. The chances are you don't have an emergency tent like that at home. But if you do, you don't have to take the whole sheet out. You can just take a small square, cut it out and let your baby explore it. It's quite a noisy thing, so I'm going to just show you what noise it makes. And then I'm going to put it away so it doesn't press any buttons, naughty emergency tent. If you don't have emergency tent like that, you can improvise, and if you've got a little plastic bag and some tin foil, you can pop a little bit of tin foil in the plastic bag, and this is the noise it makes. So it's quite a similar noise, slightly different but similar. I'm going to put that away again so you can hear what I've got to say. It's a lovely activity to do on a high chair. Even if you don't do it in sequence with the session, you can then take the activity out and do it on a high chair, or whenever you want your little one just to be busy for a few minutes while you're preparing their food or doing something quickly, you want them to wait, you can just give them a little prop like that. With this activity, again, we are encouraging cognitive skills like cause and effect and properties of objects, dexterity, problem solving, and in general being just a bit more adventurous. So the more different things your baby is exposed to, the more different things they try, the more adventurous and happy to try new things they're going to be when they're older. Definitely increases resilience and just all-rounder, that kind of activity for all the senses, as we are stimulating hearing, visual processing, but also touch. And if we do this activity in a session, it's also a social aspect, as babies see themselves engaging and playing with the prop. So that's one thing that unfortunately we can't do through recorded session, but at least you can do some of the activities with your little ones at home. So again, for this activity, I would recommend probably about, because it's quite noisy, quite full on, 3 to 5 minutes maximum. But a lovely activity to try with your little one. If you find that at first they're a little bit startled, a little bit scared of the noise, try to come back to it on a different day. They might feel slightly differently about it, but if you find that with any of the activities your little one just doesn't take to it, it's just not their cup of tea, don't force it. Just always, with all those activities, watch your baby, see the signs, so even though they can't talk, they can't tell you how they feel, what they think, they will definitely let you know one way or another. So that was our sensory play activity, and now we're going to move on to our light activity to almost finish off the session.